Are you a solo player that's jealous of groups with their 5x5s with sexy peek downs? Do you always find yourself defending raids in a 1x1 or a 2x2? Well, let me tell you something. I got the perfect base for you. My solo or duo base is the perfect combination of fortified offline raid protection and defendability. With your own solo bunker, plenty of storage, and of course, in the back, you're going to have your foundation step bunker, right? Adding an extra 16 rockets to the already cost of 24, making it 40 rockets from the back. Then, of course, you got your peak downs up top with your bedroom to the side where you can store kits. This base has been through so many online raids, and believe it or not, I have never lost one. Now, moving outside the base, it just looks like your classic 2x3, baiting groups to think that it's only one wall or 8 rockets to your main loot, when in all honesty, it's actually 40 rockets from the back to your main loot. Alright, so starting off the build, you need to find a flat piece of land, enough so that you can get a 2 foundation high, essentially foundations on each side. You can test this by making sure the foundation heights are the height of a wall, and that you can actually place this. As a result, you need to get it in a divot. So once you've tested that, you can just delete the foundations or shoot them out with your bow, assuming you're making this in wipe day, and you're just going to finish your classic just 1x1. Now, I'm just upgrading it to essentially the final tiers or an easy tier. Typically final I'll have everything armored, but yeah. So to build out, right, you just make sure that you can place these foundations. So I start out by placing foundation steps all the way out and then putting triangles there just to keep the spot so that you can build off it later. And then you're just going to do your classic half wall bunker. Now, it's important to do everything in the order that I do it, since these walls that I'm placing right now need to be placed before you can actually place the armored foundation steps. Now that you have that initial part finished, you can now place armored foundation steps, and you're going to armor it up. Because they're armored up, as you can see, it blocks it, and you can't crawl under it, making it an extra 16 rockets at this point for only 39 high qual that you just placed, or that you just spent. Now, you want everything else essentially to be stone early game, as not to throw off your competitors and make them think that your base is actually super fortified as it is. So from this point, it should pretty much look like this. It looks like a 2x3 from the outside, but on the inside, you have your own little special effect, if that makes sense. All right, then you're going to build out right here. These are going to be your airlocks, your drop boxes, kind of how you're going to look through to make sure you're not being door camped. Just extra buffers to make raids through the front even more improbable. I recommend just doing your classic 2x1 airlock, or triangle airlock here as well, just because that never really hurts you, and it's a great way to stop yourself from being deeped on in case you leave all your garage doors open. Now leave one of these triangle roofs open. This is going to be your jump up to the second floor, and then continue on building. Now that you got this all set up, you're going to place a wall there, and you're going to wall off this 1x2. This is going to be your jump up to your peak downs. I always have a door frame leading in, down under the peak downs so that you can loot and store loot down there once you get richer farther into the wipe. Then you're just going to build up around. Once again, here we go with the peak downs. Mind you, there's a specific order. I'm kind of being stupid in this. Make sure that you place the 2 triangles before you place that other 1 triangle off the side. So now that you got your peak downs all finished, I always upgrade these to metal the second I can afford it, but we'll keep them stone for now. And we're going to make you your bedroom with your locker kit. This is super important. I'd say once you get a gun, just put it up here so that you're always in the position to defend your base. And then we're going to work on our jump up to the next floor. Now, if you don't have a ladder, I recommend doing just your classic half wall jump up, right? Where you put a half wall, the floor, and then you just remove it. Now, the window floor, it's all up to you guys. I'm just going to do the classic peek downs, right? Or sorry, the classic just where you can look down from the window floor to spot door campers or defend your base. But at the end of the day, if you guys want to go more extravagant, entirely up to you. It also doesn't need a window floor, as a window floor makes you look more prepared, and you're less likely to get online in this base. So I'll just speed up my window floor construction, and we'll get back to the build once it's done. Alright, so now for the internal setup. You want to put your TC in your bunker, obviously, along with a sleeping bag and a shelf. I'd finish the bunker before you place the shelf, just so you don't waste the shelf you have, as the placement here is a little tricky. But essentially, once you get the placement, you're just going to want to place some bags, get it comfortable. You can place drop boxes or even stashes if the ground is high enough, so that you can hide your loot later on. Alright, so moving out, you're going to have your first secondary loot room here. Just do your classic half-wall thing where you demolish the bottom, place your 4 boxes. You can also fit some small boxes there, but that's really just up to you. Now, obviously, you guys are smart. You guys know how to place doors and shop fronts, so I'm going to leave that out. I'm just going to show you the harder stuff. You're going to want to place your garage door here first, then your vending machine, and finally your tier 3, just so that everything fits. That's a great place to hide loot and just keep kits or even your explosives if you want to hide them. Alright, and then you're going to go second floor, another loot room up here, same thing. Mind you, this is all up to you. I'm just showing you guys how to do the peek downs and how to do that foundation bunker. Alright, so once you get those down, it's really up to you from here. I recommend putting as many garage doors as possible, but if that's outside your price range, don't sweat it at the time. Just get enough doors so that you can defend. Moving on up to your bedroom, I place a large box or a locker here. If the locker's too hard to find, just go for the large box. And your bed, of course. And yeah, make sure you always metal these peek downs just so you don't get peeked into. And if you find turrets and no electricity, always set up a turret up there. That just makes it much easier. Now, later wipe, I do recommend sheet metaling the entire thing just to make it harder to eco-raid you, or for people just to use 200 expo just to see what loot you have. Also, you can place furnaces or drop boxes in the front. And yeah, that's pretty much the base. I just wanted to showcase you those foundation stair, both the foundation stair bunker, along with the peek downs that I got going here. I use this so often when I play strictly solo. It's a great base. As I said, I've defended many onlines in it, and even offlines it stands up rather well. Of course, electricity is a benefit if you can afford that, but if not, yeah. Alright boys, thank you so much for watching. More PvP, raid, and wipe content coming out soon. I just wanted to show you guys this base as it's so OP, and I think it really just helps solos since you can now defend online raids. Alright boys, peace.